Hello. Today I wanted to talk about the relationship between change and our sense of self, who we are. Because I think that part of the reason why change is so scary, so difficult, and sometimes we try to deny the whole thing, it's because it affects immediately our sense of self. We built our sense of self on where we are, with people we are, all the resonance with the environment, people and objects and place and all our surroundings, they sort of reflect to us who we are. And in that sense are both comforting and at times get to a point where you just really want to get away from all that to somewhere else, because in going away from it, you can really experience yourself as a little somebody else, not completely. So I think part of the pain in change, in moving, in losing somebody close that was really very involved with our life, and we existed through that relationship in some way. So in the loss of the relationship, we lose part of ourselves. Uh, it's both painful and can be very confusing, because then we sort of don't know who we are. I mean, we used to be whatever, the son of, the daughter of, the wife of, the mother of, and suddenly that role is taken from us and we are not that. So I think that the connectedness between change and our identity, our sense of identity of who we are, is very strong. And perhaps that's the main reason why there is such a difficulty with this ongoing change, especially now that the change is much faster, and I feel like as if I shouldn't stay anywhere in my sense of self as a stable. This is who I am. I should always be in the moment, accepting the moment, and knowing that I'm this way this moment. I may be different afterwards, and as I said before, that makes it very difficult to make any commitments, to have really ongoing relationships with people that are sort of based on supposedly who we are. But it's a myth to think that we are who we are in that relationship and we are the same person. So this is the struggle. How can you be open to the fact that basically, like the drop in the river, drop of water in the river that runs with the river wherever it goes, the only definition for that drop of water is that it is a drop of water that is constantly moving on. And I think we could look at ourselves as either a soul, a person, a being that is constantly in movement, and is affected by whatever happens on the outside, and constantly in relationship to what's happening on the outside. And if the landscape is constantly changing, we are constantly changing. Well, it's even hard to wrap our brain around this idea, let alone wrap our feelings around it, because if we want to look at it from a body level, emotions level, four words, emotion level, the intellect level, the spirit level, there are so many levels of pain and loss and confusion that no wonder that change is such a huge, difficult part of life. And now that it's coming all the time, it's there, here to stay, we have to develop ways of dealing with it that are better than what we used to have before. This is Shabbat. I want to wish you Shabbat Shalom and a good week.